All right, we're going to talk about M&A activity because there is a lot of hope for how 2025 will shape up. Deal making is up sharply since mid-March as CFOs steer their strategies through a sea of macro uncertainty. That's according to a new survey out by Bain. It brought the total value of deals so far this year to $1.8 trillion, and it may not stop there. Nina Trentman joins us right now. She works for us here at Bloomberg, and she covers all of this in the weekly newsletter CFO Briefing. Nina, great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So what happened? Because somehow on the way to complete catastrophe in the deal space, we somehow found a way to not only do more deals, but actually do more deals at higher valuations. What's driving that?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I was going into this year thinking that wouldn't be happening. And of course, April seemed to confirm all of that when deals stalled. The interesting thing is, as you pointed out, that deals actually have been picking up quite substantially compared to last year. We have seen deals in various sectors take place, and CFOs are actually saying, yes, of course, there's a lot of noise, and we are aware of the tariffs, but also we'll resolve them one way or the other. And so we're basically pushing through with deals. Not necessarily, though, in the industrial sector, where deals are down 15%, not surprisingly. But in many other areas, people are saying, okay, well, we need to move on with things.
What do these deals look like? Are we basically just talking about more sort of like vertical integration? Are we looking at more speculative type deals? Like what's getting done?
We've seen a range of deals come through. So, of course, we've seen technology deals driven by companies need and want for AI because they're realizing, okay, there's no way that this technology is going to go away. And then we're also seeing companies adding to their portfolios. For example, Merck, the German pharmaceuticals company, I spoke to them last week. They acquired a U.S. asset and said, well, the dollar is actually helping us quite a bit. They were saying because of biotech assets being trashed, because of valuations coming down, now is a good time for them to buy in the U.S. And of course, we'll see if that continues with the dollar basically dropping by the day. Plus, of course, there's also other considerations that are driving deals. We saw Salesforce, for example, pursuing Informatica. Last year, that deal didn't happen. This year, they got it for, I think, nearly a 30% discount compared to last year's value. So it's a mixture of things.
And we've had others. I mean, you had the Charter deal for Cox and a few others, Alphabet. And then there's also I think it's interesting, some of these deals that aren't, I guess, really deals. I mean, I guess they're deals, but they're not really acquisitions. This idea of sort of maybe just buying, 50% or maybe just below whatever the controlling stake would be as a way to sort of get entry. I don't know if that's for financial reasons or if that's to avoid regulatory scrutiny or what.
Also, I think a mixture, of course, in some ways it's also companies getting their first foot in the door, so to say, by saying, okay, we're acquiring a stake of 10, 20, 30, 40%, and then also seeing how it goes from there. Plus also what we're also hearing is that divestitures, that it's a good market for that as well, given that companies are looking at their portfolios and thinking, well, is this asset really what I want to keep, given that they're expecting more uncertainty to come with Trump in the White House and tariffs to continue.
All right, really interesting study. It's in the latest CFO newsletter that Nina Trentman helps to manage here. And you can sign up for Bloomberg's CFO Briefing, a weekly newsletter for and about CFOs featuring top executives at global companies and covering key trends in corporate finance. There's your